All right, so next up, we've got another kind of bend, which I really love. It's called a blues bend. And basically what happens with a blues bend is you play a note, and you're probably hanging out on that note for a little while. And when you're ready to leave, you just give the string a little bit of a twist, a little bit of a bend, and you head out. So it's not a half step or a whole step. It's not a distance thing. It's just a sound thing. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. If I was coming down my pentatonic, see how right before I leave, I give that 5 a little twist. And notice how I did it here. But to go back, I had to obviously stop for a second. So I can do them that way too. So whenever I'm on a higher note going to a lower note, I love to add a little bit of that space. And then when I'm connecting from a lower note to, for instance, the next note on the 4th string there, I love connecting them. See? So it's just lots of really great ways of approaching this. Okay? So explore the blues bend a little bit, and then here's the last bend I'm going to give you. We're going to go back to that 3-fret sucker and see if we can figure this out. Now, a great way of starting off learning about how to do your 3-fret bends so you can use it in the real world, obviously anywhere where you're going from 5 to 8 or whatever the fret numbers are, you can bend a step and a half or 3 frets, right? That's the logic. But let me give you one that really is easy to find and it works really effectively, is whenever you go to the root. So in this case, we're in the key of A. Okay. So if we find the note A and we bend it up 3 frets, it's going to become another note of the pentatonic. It's going to become the note C. So what I love to teach people is to do this on this A right here in the 2nd position. Okay. Where oftentimes we like to bend right up here. That sounds great. All right. Now what I'm going to do is take that note, I'm going to bend that exact note, this A right here, a step and a half. I'm bending it all the way up to a 13. So get this, I'm going to do this 10, bend it up a whole step, play that 10, I'm going to go here, give a little blues bend, and go here. And then I'm going to take off. I'm going to do something else. So I'm going to go. Down I go. Okay? So when I practice, and this is, again, what I really encourage my students to do all the time, is that it's not just about setting a metronome for 3 hours and practicing speed techniques or practicing music theory. And again, I'm not saying any of that stuff is bad. It's all important and it's all good. But every once in a while, you got to turn all that stuff off and you just have to explore what you can see or your approach to what you're playing, right? With this bending or whatever it might be, you got to spend time with it. Because if you just do it like 3 times and then move on to whatever, particular practice you do, you're never really going to get to a place where you can see where you want to bend, right? And how you're going to bend, or how you're going to connect from one bend to something else. And again, when I jam in a little bit here, we're going to notate that out for you, and you can kind of see all of this stuff in action in real time, okay? So those are your bends, and I'd love for you to really spend some quality time on that. And then when you come back, we're going to talk about the 5th of the Big 5.